Okay, question 1. What do you feel about women empowering women?
I'm a massive believer in women empowering women, because I feel like genuinely you know how another woman would feel, or sort of what angle they would be coming from. And I do believe that it actually helps them a lot more in, you know, not being so judgmental, not being jealous, not being worried about, you know, she's got this and I haven't got it. It actually helps a lot with just letting people be secure in who they are. There's Zaraba yelling in the background.
Can you wait? Thanks.
There you go, women power.
Okay.
So it's important, yes.
Question 2, single mothers.
Okay, hats off to single mothers, because they do have to play the role of mother and father, you know, for their children, and they have to bring up their daughters, you know, in a very strong way. And so therefore I feel like single mothers do have to put their emotions and weaknesses aside at times, and they actually do what's best for their kids by, you know, being the strong role model, I guess. And you know, whether it's they have a son and they have to go and kick a ball, or whether it's their daughter and they have to make them feel self-sufficient and not needing that male energy or attention. I mean, that mother has to become those things first in order for her to sort of portray those lessons onto her kids. So it's actually a massive hats off to single mothers for being able to do that.
Because you had to. Self-love.
Self-love. I love self-love. Big believer in this as well. For some reason I've always naturally had this feeling of self-love, because I've always believed that, you know, I am a part of God, and if I am a part of God, then I have to love myself, because God doesn't make any mistakes. So I have been able to accept all of my choices, my mistakes, my this or that, because, or my scars, like I've said before, because I believe that all that is a part of what makes you whole. So I do believe in a lot of self-love and loving everybody, you know, and it starts with loving yourself, because if you do truly love yourself and don't judge yourself, and you do feel worthy and loving, you give that naturally to others and think that of others as well.
How should parents raise their kids to have gender equality within the family?
Okay, so it's very important, because as a mother I do realize that I am molding, whether I like it or not. I have so much more influence on my children than anyone else, especially the first 7 years when their subconscious minds are getting created. So knowing this, I really do take that seriously. And I think, you know, if we want to change generation or change thinking in the future for, you know, all our kids and stuff, it is so important that I do raise my kids very equally, because they learn to respect each other, not based on gender, but they learn to respect each other as a human being to a human being. You know, a boy finds washing dishes maybe hard, but so does a girl. I mean, there's no gene in a girl that says I like doing housework, and there's a gene in a boy that says I don't like doing housework. You know, I mean, it's just about like feelings, and everybody has feelings, you know. So I believe, and in the same way, you know, if a boy likes to do gardening or go kick a ball or something, you know, a girl might like the same thing. All I'm saying is expose your kids equally to everything. Let them make their own choice, and that way if you teach your kid that it's it's equality at home. You know, they will take it outside, they will do it in school, they will do it in the workplace. They will ask someone, do you want a glass of water? Expect that, not just expect people to just offer them that, you know. So it's very important that you start that at a very young age at home.
Thoughts on women being emotional, and to expand on that, does crying make you weak or strong?
I feel emotional things are very, very helpful and handy actually. It actually is a detection device, I would call it, within yourself, because if something doesn't feel right, you feel the emotion of it, right? So then it tells you, like, what should I do about it? So I do believe that emotion is a really good thing, and as long as that emotion doesn't get stuck at any point of time, emotion should come through you and flow out through you, because it is a good indication of where you are, how aligned you are with yourself. So whether it's a girl or a boy, I do really, really like that people and kids should feel emotion. However, stuck emotion is not a good thing, and also you know, when you can control that emotion, when you can let it go peacefully, then it's also a good thing, you know. So emotions are good.
Women in the armed forces and women in sports, what do you feel about that?
More power to them. Like, if they have the ability and they have the confidence and their will to do such things, why not? I mean, like I said, you know, men are chefs, you know. Some dads are now staying home with their kids and looking after their children, and they're doing a wonderful job. There is no wrong and right in this. It's like, whatever passion, whatever want is in your heart, you should follow that. So more power to them.
The importance of women in married life.
All right, so good question. A marriage is actually between the couple, so the husband and the wife, and I do believe that equally they share the same responsibilities, and it depends on the individual couple. So if both of them have decided that the wife stays home and looks after the family and the husband works, that's fine. If otherwise the husband and wife decided that, hey, let's both sort of have, you know, the raising of our kids, we'll do that together, and also I'll be a working wife and a mother, that's also fine. Or if it's the other way, the husband stays home and the wife works, all of those things are fine, as long as they are decided between the actual couple, and it's between them that actually matters. It's got nothing to do with in-laws or their own parents or anything. It's between the two people that are involved directly in that marriage.
Okay, and what about parents focusing on a girl's marriage rather than her career or her dreams or anything she aspires to be, but just getting her married?
I do believe it's a little bit sad, because you know, like every individual, everybody has a dream or a passion or a vision or something they want to do in life. Just because something has been done over and over again, and you might have gone through that system, I feel like there's enough education now, enough knowledge, and you know, with even the internet and all that, you do get to see that, you know, there's a different life, there's a different way of being, and you should grow as well, because never ever shut anyone's dream down because of something that's been done over years. It doesn't make it right. People have the right to their own way of being and living out their own life. So I would encourage parents and anyone, you know, that has that kind of thought to actually ask that girl involved, like, what do you want, you know, what is your dreams and what is your hopes for your future, and support them in that. It's important.
Okay, and domestic violence.
Oh, domestic violence either way, whether it's a girl or a boy or even kids, you know, it's very sad. Never ever stand back and watch anyone that is in a situation where they're being dominated either physically because they're weaker physically, or they're outnumbered, right? You could be the sole person in the house and outnumbered by, like, say, family members. Never, ever, ever allow anyone to be in that position, because it's actually, it's just cowardly. It's like, I have no other word but to say that if you dominate anybody in any way because you have some sort of power over them, it shows character, and it actually shows that you are a bigger coward than anything. So domestic violence and all that stuff I do not agree with, and never ever gang up on anyone, you know, and just for a moment think what it feels like to be in their shoes, you know.
How to balance work and family.
Cool. Okay, so I'll make this the last question because this video's gone on forever. Basically, for me, I would say that aim for 100%, but the numbers will be different, right? So sometimes, and I go on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes I do realize that I put a lot more in towards my children, and I take less time out for myself or my videos or anything, and other days I'll do more concentrated on my videos and my own self stuff, and then, you know, the kids stuff will have to back off a bit. And as long as all round I'm hitting an 100%, giving my best, and sometimes taking rest is also included in giving or making up that 100%. So take it on a day-to-day basis, see what you feel like, and the balance occurs when you are in a healthy state of mind. So don't ever feel guilty for one day taking a break, next day you do that, or the day after something else. It's all about a well-roundedness. It's not about being perfect. It's about just, you know, some days you're better at something than other days, and that's okay. So that's how I do work balance with home and whatever I need to do. And you know, it's like anything, just as long as you give it your best.